Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode. Just kidding, it's not another episode. We're here to do a show match, kind of, in a way. A best of three between Steveinator and itzJ. It's going to be really fun. I'm really excited. We'll see what's going on. And let me introduce the players. In the top left, in the red pieces, it's going to be Steveinator. And in the bottom right, playing with the blue, with the blonde, cool glasses workers, it's gonna be itzJ. And yeah, I'm really excited. For those of you who don't know, these two players are really good. They're probably, some of the better players in Littlewargame who are active these days. itzJ, very good. Likes to play racks mostly, but is not a stranger to playing beast styles, I feel like. Compared to Steveinator, who mostly goes for just standard racks into catapults and that Rax mech hybrid later thing in the later stages of the game. And we'll see how it goes. This is going to be a best of three, I think. The replays are in the Littlewargame Discord if you want to check them out by yourself. And yeah, we have an early scout by Steveinator. Oh, looks like itzJ is going to go for a workshop opening. Just going to do a little bit of harassment. Probably wants to pull two workers, maybe, to defend this. It's only content with pulling one, but that is going to delay his workshop a bit, kind of significantly. But yeah, good exchange there. What you can do actually is you can construct your building and then attack the worker and then construct your building, alternating. It's like stutter stepping in a way. That way you don't lose as much time in constructing your building. So that would have been ideal, but yeah, these buildings should finish at the same time, but it looks like this barracks is gonna finish significantly quicker than the workshop, like halfway done. So that's a bit of a win for Steveinator. But it does come at the cost with the reduced mining because this worker is going across the map. Looks like they're not actually going to go for a quick raider or an archer or anything like that. Content with his scout and going for a fast natural. That's something, it makes sense. I would prefer just going for the raider, especially because you delayed the workshop for a while. So your raider has a larger time window of doing damage. But that's just me. It's okay. I don't hate this decision. Yeah, SJ is gonna take their base as well. And it looks like we're gonna be shaping up into a macro game of sorts. This raider is gonna be a little bit late, but also this Gatling gun is gonna be a little bit delayed as well. What is this? What is this worker doing? I thought it was just scouting around, but I don't know. Something tricky maybe. We'll see. Keep an eye on that. Yeah. This worker maybe is just gonna pop down a tower here. Oh, that'd be pretty spicy. I like it. This raider is gonna go across the map. It's gonna be greeted by two Gatling guns, so it shouldn't find too much damage. And we have a mill. Interesting decision to go for a mill rather than a advanced workshop or some other tech. In my opinion, mill is not the best against Rex players, but I guess you haven't seen anything, so you might suspect it's beast. Oh, this raider's gonna flash in, get the scout. This is perfect. I love this. Gonna scout the mill. Gonna maybe even take out the worker, but probably not. Good scout by Steveinator. I think itzJ might have been thrown off by the timing of the raider. Initially, is that gonna be trapped? That's okay, very close. If you had brought a worker, that would have been trapped. But he's gonna get it either way. Well done. Steveinator's a bit frustrated, rightly so. But it was a bit of a wonky surround there. This worker's just still chilling. That's fine. And we have this raider still trying to do some damage, but with the first raider going down, I feel like you could just pull this back, yeah. And that's what Steveinator decides to do. We have a catapult on the way. We have this mill almost complete. And we have just archer production from Steveinator. So yeah, like I was saying, I feel like because the raider was late, I think itzJ might have thought that it was going to be a beast opening because he hadn't scouted, which makes sense. So I don't blame him for that. Steveinator is probably gonna go. Oh, he's gonna see this. Okay, what is his response gonna be? He has a fortress on the way. That's not gonna be ready in time for this push. It's a bit of a mini push. This raider coming back. Okay, so this is something I want to point out. This raider had to be pulled back to deal with this worker, which meant that Steveinator had no idea about this push coming. So, like, normally your raider is across the map and you're going to see this push coming before it hits, but in this case, it's not able to. That good blink away by the raider. Some good target fire with the archers onto the workers. You do want to be doing that. We have a second barracks on the way over here. This watchtowers actually might go up. You want to pull the soldier in. Ideally, we have a gyrocraft on the way as well. Going to try to deny the tower. Well done. And you want to target fire the workers ideally. See if he's able to do that. Pulling more workers, pulling that soldier as well. This tower is gonna go up. Well done. A little bit of a mistake on Steveinator's part to let that go up. And yeah, this looked like a pretty scary foothold. We do have a second Rex, but looks like it's not gonna get into the game as quickly as he would have liked. We have this gyrocraft actually reigning supreme in the air. Versus just, 0 archers at the moment. We have this fortress completed, but he just doesn't have enough time to go for a fortress, a dragon's lair. So things are looking extremely dire for Steveinator. He's gonna have to pull the workers again. Looks like itzJ trying to go for a third in the future. But one good thing is that Steveinator has destroyed all the workers that were here, so that means there's not going to be any repair. But yeah, with this tower up and fighting close to the tower, it's not going to be an easy task. We do have the dragon's lair coming up over here, but I think it's going to be a little bit too late. The third base is coming up for itzJ. itzJ should have probably sent some of his workers across over there, and more workers are coming across just for the repair. Yeah, this is going to be a nightmare to break, a nightmare to hold on. And this kind of snowballed from losing that first raider. If you had that first raider, it would have been a lot easier to defend the initial push, I feel like. But at this point, it's going to be near impossible, I feel like. And this dragon's lair is going to be scouted by this gyrocraft. The worker going to be taken down before it can finish. Yeah, this is looking like it's going to be a victory for itzJ. A last-ditch effort, pulling a handful of workers to try to take this down, but power's still strong. Gyro's still there. Yeah, this is going to... the third base is up for itzJ. These workers are desperately trying to make their way to the dragon's lair to finish that, but this gyrocraft and these Gatling guns are going to deny that, and I think that's going to be GG. Yeah, that's game number 1. Well played by itzJ. This, delaying the raider to go for a quick castle, not really paying off, and also this fortress into dragon's lair, that's just a lot of time spent without anything to speak of. So that's just really unfortunate. Good game, and let's head to game 2. Alright, game 2, again on Ravaged. Ravaged, of course, probably the most played map, one of the most standard maps for vanilla Littlewargame. We'll see if this person can bring it back. Steveinator in the top left, playing in the red. And itzJ in the bottom right, in the blue pieces. Alright, I'm curious to see if these people will go for the same openings. Probably not, if I had to guess. But we'll see. Let's speed up a little bit. We have... maybe Castle before Raiders too greedy. Possibly, I kind of agree. Just racks openings for both sides. That is true. itzJ saying, it was kind of confused because the Raider initially would have hit at a certain timing, but it hit after that timing, so I guess he thought it might have been Beast or something like that. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a Rax versus Rax. We'll see how that goes. itzJ is going to scout around. Steveinator also just scouting around, but I don't know if I saw that correctly, but I think itzJ brought the worker down just on time to, drive this worker back. So this is like adapting to your opponent where you know, okay, Steveinator is kind of the kind of guy that always does a worker scout. So I should bring another worker just to save myself some time, drive that worker back. So good adjustment out of itzJ. Love to see that sort of thing. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be Raider openings from both sides. Personally, Raider versus Raider is something I don't really enjoy. It's a bit finicky, where if you flash on top of the opposing Raider, you do get the first hit off. I prefer to play, I don't know, a little. I like playing Raiders, but I don't like playing Raiders against Raiders. It's just kind of weird. Okay, it's gonna be one Raider expand for Steveinator. itzJ going for the 2. I prefer the 2 just because you do have a bit more potential for damage and stuff like that. These Raiders are gonna meet in the middle of the map. And yeah, I expect to see a castle coming up from itzJ, as it is. There we go. And we'll see who gets the advantage. Okay, Steveinator winning that is kind of big, especially because he didn't go for a second Raider. If itzJ had won that, it would have been 2 Raiders versus none, and that's a lot of micro potential, a lot of potential to do damage. But Steveinator winning that is, of course, a big, a big victory, especially with this build, which means he's gonna be able to get into an economic advantage without that, the advantage, without the disadvantage of being a Raider down. So, Steveinator, gonna be completely happy once he sees the second Raider. But yeah, it's not a huge difference, but it is, a difference indeed. We have this archer. Maybe that Raider's gonna blink in, okay, but there's another Raider and another archer, so it does get one shot and then just escapes. So not bad. And yeah, we'll see what goes on from here. Ideally, for me, if I get an early advantage in the early Rax game, I like to go for a quick third off of 1 Rax. But I feel like generally it's safer to go for 2 Rax and to expand, which is what I assume both these players will be doing. But we'll see. We have a house coming up, and we also have a house coming up for itzJ. One thing to note is you can actually go for a second Rax before your house if you lose 1 unit. So like itzJ having lost 1 unit, he could have went for that Raider's able to escape. Well done. Nice dodging and juking there. I feel like Steveinator, if he was a little bit more on top of his micro, he would have been able to get that. But yeah, as I was saying, you're able to get your second Rax and then your second house if you are going for that 2 Rax play. It's a little bit more efficient, and you don't get supply, or you get supply block, but you don't get like really supply block because you're still producing when your base, your house completes. We have a third base coming up for itzJ off of 1 Rax, whereas Steveinator is going for the second Rax. This Raider is gonna try to delay this as much as possible. Second hit, it should blink away, barely does not in time. Steveinator's a little bit miffed about that. Unfortunate. Losing that Raider for free, but is able to scout that the third base is going up, and Steveinator's going to take his own third base. And yeah, we're shaping up to be a macro game. I like waiting at the top of this ramp. Gonna take out that Raider. Well done. Yeah, these are the little things that you can really pick up off. If you're like a early level player, something that you can do is like, oh, generally people want to scout my third base, so you can put your archers here, stuff like that. But in this game, we have something really exciting. We have a fortress. itzJ going for a fortress, probably going to go for dragons. I assume it's not going to be for like full speed or anything like that. And a second Rax. So this is something that I feel like is being more and more meta these days. I haven't seen a lot of it, to be honest, but itzJ is one of the people who has tried this build against me as well, so I am aware of it. We'll see if Steveinator is aware of it too. We have a third Rax on the way for itzJ as well. I would like to see some of these workers being moved to the third just to saturate it better, but yeah, this is going to be dependent on whether or not Steveinator is aware of this and how he reacts to it once he is aware of it. But we do have a bit of a push. Steveinator is going to have more units because of the earlier second Rax. That's going to be 8 versus 7. Actually, it's not a big difference at all. 10 versus 7, that's more like it. But two of them are back home. We'll see if itzJ is able to defend with the defender's advantage. That looks like it's a fairly even number. We have, what is this? 8 versus 8. I feel like he could have pressed his advantage, you know, because he split. You know, Steveinator could have walked this way and picked off the two archers over here. But yeah, we have double Dragon Slayer coming up from itzJ. These archers need to do some damage, or, you know, they need to get some sort of advantage for Steveinator, as he's behind, but he doesn't know it. He thinks he's kind of equal, so he might actually not want to push, like, from his mindset. We have a third Drax on the way for Steveinator. So good target fire out of Steveinator over here, targeting one archer at a time. That's really good, rather than spreading out your damage. If you spread out your damage, you know, obviously that's not good. You want to be targeting down specific workers. And this bird is coming in clutch with the scout. I love this. This is well done. Is able to scout, and I wonder is just gonna drop a advanced workshop. What is this? Is he just pulling all his workers? What is this? Okay, that's just a mistake. Okay. How did he select all of them? Is his screen that big? Double advanced workshop. That might be a bit of an overreaction. This should be restarted. Well done. For a second I was like, oh, is he gonna pull all the workers, go for like an all-in? That would have been really epic, but I think this is definitely the more standard, more conventional, safer play. So double advanced workshop as a response, and yeah, itzJ just gonna be like, you scouted this and therefore I'm not gonna build any. Okay, no, he's gonna build dragons. Okay, so we have a bit of an archer versus archer fight in the middle of the map. We'll see how that goes. itzJ is running away, but to try to get these archers in, but he's taking a lot of damage while doing so. Good splits over here, trying to get the concave. I feel like the concave over here should surely favor itzJ. Good trying to pull back, but doesn't do much. Good target fire, however, out of Steveinator. Well done. It's going to be a pretty even fight, but I think itzJ could have controlled that a bit better, targeting down specific one. Look at how many archers that could have been down, but these two dragons are going to join the party and going to drive these archers away. How close are these ballista? Oh, they should finish in time. It should be fine, especially if the dragons are trying to ward this way. We have a fourth base on the way for itzJ, so with this advantage of going for the dragons and like keeping the opponent on the other side of the map, he's going to be able to take a relatively easy fourth base. These archers join up with the other archers. I think over here I would target down the archers. Well done. He is doing exactly that. Well done. Targeting down this dragon at the moment as well. You don't want to be losing these dragons. Good pullback micro from itzJ. But yeah, it looks like Steveinator is able to hold a handful of workers over here, probably for the repair on the ballista. And Steveinator is gonna take this base. I do like taking this base compared to this base when you're playing against like dragons or airships or stuff like that, just because this kind of ledge is kind of easily abusable with flying units. This ballista doing its best to ward off the dragons, and yeah, this is shaping out to be a very exciting game. We have double workshop on the way for Steveinator, so looking to advance his technology into probably catapults to deal with the archers a bit better. On the other side of the map, however, we have the forge, so coming up with upgrades. Yeah, I do like this bird's chilling here, but I would like to also see it scout this fourth base, go around, and maybe even see the forge and stuff like that. That would be nice. These dragons are gonna spot the fourth base of Steveinator, and the archer's gonna come in response to that. This tower might not be able to go up. You might be able to snipe it, but probably just gonna go for the workers instead. Yeah, I like that. However, these dragons are a little bit trapped. They might not all be able to escape. Actually, no, they will. Okay. Well done. Good awareness. Yeah, this bird is just walking around. Maybe you want to park it in the middle? It looks like it's going to go down. Oh no, the bird! The bird! Oh, imagine it. Okay, that bird. MVP right there. Legit MVP seeing the dragon's layers and stuff. That's like the all-star bird right there. I do want to finish this, I think. Oh no, the bird's gonna die. Oh, the bird's not gonna die! Steveinator on top of his bird micro, I love it. We do have catapults on the way, but they aren't quite out yet, and we have a bit of a good position out of itzJ. But surely he knows this is. Oh yeah, of course. Well done, well done. Good awareness and hitting the fourth base at the same time by itzJ. Dragging, knowing that this army is over here, going for a bit of a harassment. You should go in. There you go. Yeah, this is shaping up to be a really good game. Steveinator is just gonna looks like march across the map, trying to do some damage. This tower not being up is actually a big thing because it's not what's the word? It's not finished, so it can't like deal with these dragons at the same time. We have this big army knocking on the doorstep of itzJ's main base. Gonna walk into the natural. Few more racks here. I feel like you should really cancel those and go for towers, and it looks like it's gonna be a bit of a base trade. He's gonna pull some workers too. Why is he pulling workers? Does he already know it's a base trade and that's what he's gonna do? We have these ballista. These ballista are gonna be key to defend these dragons. Gonna drop them off. itzJ needs to be careful to not lose these. These ballista really pack a punch. He's gonna get the airship, but with the explosive shot, that ballista splash is gonna look like take down all of these dragons. This army is still being very powerful. Yeah, with the repair, just all these dragons going down. This was not a good fight for itzJ. However, we do have these archers, you know, trying to do some damage over here. We have more racks on the way. We have workers being evacuated. Where did these workers go? Oh, they're coming back. Okay. This is going to shut down the production, or at least the production of the dragons, I feel like. This tower is over here as well. This is pretty much well defended. This is a very crazy game. We have workers everywhere. We have main bases on fire. Is he going to take down the bird? I feel like if it were me, I'd have a vengeance against that bird. I'd really want to take it down, even though it wouldn't be the right play, you know. You'd rather target down. Okay, the bird goes down. That bird was the MVP, legit. Steveinator's in itzJ's main. itzJ is in Steveinator's main, but with only 3 units, so... yeah, these dragons going down to the ballista over here was, I think, the biggest mistake out of itzJ this game. You really didn't want to do that. You want to keep them alive if possible. Yeah. And with these soldiers and these reinforcements being produced, I think eventually itzJ might be able to break this. But, like, there's no way he's going to break, like, catapults in the future. The supplies kind of tell the tale. It's half the supply, essentially. itzJ trying to desperately hold on with soldiers and archers. But yeah, I think Steveinator has got this in the bag. Main base mined up, but that doesn't really matter, as he has a 4th to transfer to. Yeah. Yeah, I think this game is kind of winding down at the moment. But yeah, that was a really epic game. We have these archers, or sorry, these workers being kind of misrallied or something. They're gonna go down. These soldiers, you want to be fighting with your entire army rather than just a handful. Good pullback over there by itzJ. We have Steveinator donating these ballista in a way. But yeah, I think there's no way itzJ is going to be able to completely take down this army, especially with the catapult in the back, just raining down damage. Yeah, very well played. itzJ is going to be able to take out these, catch those catapults, but yeah. Really epic game. Love to see those. Just losing the dragons all over here was the biggest thing, I think, in this game. itzJ is just still trying to hold on. He knows he did a lot of damage across the map, but yeah. Desperately trying to hold on. Steveinator also has a handful of units over here, so he knows that he doesn't have the space. He's gonna start launching a siege on this side of the map as well. So itzJ is effectively stuck on 2 bases, whereas Steveinator has 3. The main is mined out. He really should be moving these workers across, but that's still okay. Yeah, with the catapult, even though there's a tower, the catapult just and the bigger army size is going to seal the deal. But props to itzJ for trying to, hang on and trying to make it as close as possible. But with the catapults and the bigger army, it looks like it's going to be pretty much it. Some good micro over here as well overall, but yeah, dodging the catapult shots. But it looks like he is going to clean this up, potentially, with the soldiers. Actually, that was a very good fight. Really good micro from itzJ, just trying to deny the damage as much as possible from the catapults. This catapult might get a big shot onto the mineral line. That is a big shot. One more shot? Okay, okay. Is able to dodge in time. We have a 5th base on the way for Steveinator. Excuse me. itzJ trying to take this base, but these soldiers will be happy and ready to welcome him into unwelcoming arms. Is going to be denied. Looks like it's going to go. itzJ going to go for a bit of a counter push, but mech units are very good defensively. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for this base. These are just going to go back home. I would have liked to see them just stay there, but that's okay. Gonna try to do a handful of damage onto the workers. This is one way to get back into the game. I do love this because they're gonna see when the army comes. It might have been better just to keep one, yeah, and just back off of it right away. Well done, making the best out of what little he has. Do love the stutter step back, trying to do some friendly fire damage with the catapults. But yeah, it's just a matter of numbers at this moment. I feel like this army is gonna be taken down. itzJ is taking this center base, so that's something he has going for him. There's a single catapult here. How did it get? I think that was part of the main push. We have some soldier on soldier action on this side of the map. These two archers running away. This base is going to be scouted and is not going to be able to cancel actually. So you might have wanted to cancel that. Oh yeah, GG is called by itzJ. Exciting game, exciting game. We had an epic bird scout seeing this just in time to react, and yeah, really epic game. Losing all these dragons was the big mistake out of itzJ. Yeah, let's go on to game 3. Alright, game 3 of the series. This time they've flipped spaces, flipped positions, I guess. That's a better way to say it. itzJ in the top left, playing with red this time. Maybe red is the winning color today. And in the bottom right, we have Steveinator. Alright, so it's 1-1. Yeah. So itzJ winning game 1 with a bit of a mech push. Second game, Steveinator shutting down the dragon, scouting it in time. Steveinator saying he messed up his opening last game. What did he mess up? Nothing obvious sticks out to me, in my opinion. Accidentally post scout on the way after queuing. Only one, I think. I don't think it's a huge issue, but whatever. itzJ not going for a castle or a house yet. Looks like it's gonna go for a castle first. Beast play perhaps. I should be playing the worker right about now. Yes, there it is. Steveinator, of course, as he usually does, going for that worker scout across the map, is gonna see it. And right now he might be a little bit confused, but once this castle goes down, yeah, once he starts posturing to take this castle, he knows exactly what's up. Okay, we'll see what Steveinator reaction is to this upon scouting it. Of course, the thing with just worker scouting is it does lose a lot of income, mining time and all that, but you do get that information early on, and you're able to adjust your game plan accordingly. So, pros and cons. Personally, I don't like to do it that much, but people who do it, if they make good use of the information that they gain, and also you're very safe against any cheeses and stuff like that because you generally know what's going on. Yeah, pros and cons, of course. One thing I do want to criticize for itzJ is I think it's a little bit better if you go for the 9 castle and then 9 house, 10 den, if I'm not mistaken. It's a little bit more optimal, but just little things, doesn't really matter. Probably a second den if I had to guess as well for itzJ. Maybe after 2 workers. Steveinator saying, does that work? It does work. Ooh, this is spicy. Okay, I like this. Wolves Den and a Rax. This Raider is gonna go across the map and it's gonna hit just a little bit earlier, actually. itzJ saying, I guess we'll find out. So yeah, it does work, but you have to be very on top of your micro with your worker micro. Ideally, this castle should be here so that the Raider has to go around and all that. But yeah, this is gonna try to do as much damage as it can. In this case, Steveinator having the information, he might have wanted to blink or flash his Raider across the map to do more damage, or to arrive there a little bit quicker to potentially do more damage. But the first wolf is gonna pop. He saw the barracks. Definitely, yeah, he did. So this is something I'm not too familiar with, Rax and a Den. Yeah, it's just really new. Good pullback with the weak worker, just trying to save it. That wolf is a good bit weak as well. We have the second wolf here. The archer's almost done. Overall, pretty good defense, I gotta say. Well done. A little bit lacking on the macro, but he's busy. That's fair enough. Steveinator's castle is about to finish. And yeah, I'd say Steveinator, despite having the scout, not able to punish itzJ as much. Those are some good pickoffs, honestly. Ideally, with this sort of play, is you want to keep your units in your mineral line so that you're able to use your archer or your workers to fight at the same time. If your units are out here like this, the raiders are able to get favorable trades. When I say trades, I mean like hits off. So stuff like this, you get. Ooh, that raider going down. The second raider almost going down too. Is he going to try to blink? Okay, I was going to say if it tries to blink, the workers can come in surround. So that's a bit of a mistake by Steveinator. Yeah, itzJ really getting away with this one. Getting away with this greedy opening. Archer Wolf. Steveinator saying, I guess it works. Yeah, I guess it kind of works. Steveinator is actually going for a watchtower too. This is kind of interesting. I guess he's expecting a push across the map. itzJ says a little sloppy. It was a little sloppy, but yeah, it works. Yeah, I gotta hand it to itzJ. Good defense. If we look at the units lost 3 wolves for 2 rare, that's a trade you'll take any day of the week. So, yeah, things are looking very good for itzJ. Gonna take a 3rd base, and that's gonna be even better for itzJ because Steveinator has misread the situation and is gonna build a watchtower. So that's 130 resources doing nothing. There's a bit of a lag apparently in the game, but that's okay. We don't get it in the replay. And yeah, it looks like itzJ is gonna try to push across the map and see what's going on. Steveinator is still on just 1 Rax, now going for a workshop. So this kind of indicates to me like he thinks he's gonna be all in or something, but that's not quite the case. This army showing up at his doorstep is probably gonna make him think it's still gonna be an all in. So, yeah, this looks like it's gonna be better and better for itzJ. Yeah, I think itzJ is going to check the 3rd, see the tower. He's seen the tower. He's going to check the 3rd and just go home, I feel like. Or maybe just like posture around and be like, oh, look at this big scary army. Yeah, he's just going to go home maybe. I don't know. But this is just really good for itzJ. He has a 3rd base completed. Steveinator has not started his 3rd at all. He's scared. Look at this. Catapult and a watchtower. I love this wolf being here. I would like to see another wolf here just in case, a flying unit or something like that. Yeah, things are looking good. Looks like Steveinator is trying to go for a 3rd base of his own soon. And yeah, we have an advanced workshop on the way for itzJ. I wonder what that's going to be for. Probably just for a drop into the main. And then it looks like Rax play coming out of itzJ after that. So itzJ gonna see this third trying to go up. I do like the wolves going for the archers rather than the soldiers, excuse me. But with this catapult, this is gonna be, I think, held fairly well. And it's about even, it's fine. Good hold position there to not get friendly splash damage. Yeah, good hold position. This is one way to combat the issue with like melee units and catapults. Some good micro out of itzJ too. Very well done. But with the second catapult here, I feel like this is going to be pushed back a bit. Oh, that's a big shot as well. Yeah, he's just going to go home. But itzJ is still content with that, I think. Probably going to set up a drop with this airship into the main base. And then, you know, attack on this side as well. Yeah, itzJ is in a great position. I love it. How can Steveinator get back into this game? Number one, he can defend the drop very well. That's his first priority, and then drag it out into a longer game because these workshop, you know, mech units are generally better in the late game. So that's probably the way that the game plan Steveinator has to make. This airship is coming in. itzJ taking a fourth base at the same time. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a harassment. Steveinator's army is out of position. Let's see how fast his reaction is. Pulls the workers away in time. Gonna lose one. Just one, seems like. Maybe two. Two workers. And itzJ has the option to just skedaddle and get out of there. And he'll do exactly that. Actually, probably gonna go for this worker. Yep, I like that. At the same time, these archers looked for an opening, but was shut down by this catapult and the watchtower. So overall, not too much damage, but you know, this is keeping Steveinator busy. Ooh, good drop on top of the catapults. Well done over there. Might be able to take one or two of them out. But instead it looks like he's not going to be able to... Oh, maybe get that. No, he's just going to pick up and leave. Okay. Yeah, so this is just keeping Steveinator busy while itzJ has a fourth up. Gonna go for werewolves too. I love this. This is really exciting. Yeah, but that was not the worst defense at all. It was actually a pretty good defense. I would like to see these workers go back to mining in the third or the first base, the main base. Looks like it's gonna be a double drop in the future. And then maybe instead of, because there's a tower here. Actually, there's a tower here too. I was gonna say go into the natural, but there's also a tower here. So actually, if I were itzJ, I'd go for some sort of tech, which he already is, with the werewolves. Going for the archer, range 2. Yeah, things are looking good for itzJ, but it isn't quite over. We have this drop going into the main of Steveinator. There are a handful of units over here. We'd like to see a couple more maybe to come defend. A worker's being pulled for repair, but this catapult maybe is going to go down. This one as well. Probably, maybe. This catapult is going to go down. That's one catapult. This catapult is going to barely not be saved. Some friendly fire damage with the catapult. It's going to take its own out. At the same time, we have a big army in the middle of the map going into the natural. Just some good play from itzJ all around. Taking his advantage and running with it. That tower is going to fall. Steveinator does have his airship on the way. This is one way for Steveinator to get back into this. You know, go for a cata drop, take out a handful of workers here and there. Would be very nice. Looks like he's not going to do that. Just going to use that to scout, maybe? There's nothing in the airship, if I'm correct. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Maybe it's a fake. It's like, oh, look at me, I'm a big airship. Or maybe he's just using for scouting, like a bird. It's like a bird that evolved into an airship or something. This army is kind of scary, but with catapults and, you know, caltrops and stuff like that, should be able to defend. Where's the damage? I heard, like, some shots being fired, but I didn't see where. This is an empty drop. Is she gonna be? Oh, I don't know. This is like the mind game of a century. Or did he just not realize it? He's like, oh, look at me. I'm doing. Yeah, okay, okay. Empty drop, pulling the workers across. Okay, he just forgot. Okay, I thought it was like big brain mind game. It's like, yo, look at me. I'm forcing you to react, but he just forgot. Okay. Okay, you know, it happens. Looks like this ballista is gonna be able to take this down if he dropped it in time, but was unable to do so. It's a bit unfortunate. Steveinator looking to break out a little bit. Ooh, some friendly fire, that's a bit unfortunate. Good hold position there, though. And those are some archers that he's never gonna get back. This airship has made it safely back home. I do like this out of itzJ. This is a good tower placement. Also, one over here might be nice, just to prevent any catadrops from doing significant damage. Steveinator taking his own fourth. We have double upgrades for werewolves, but against a mech-based army, it's not going to do much. These are a lot of units queued up. You don't want to be queuing up this much. You can spend the money while they're not building. Going for more, going for another base or more workshops. That's a bit of a mistake for Steveinator. This drop is going to go across the map. Going to run into this watchtower though. You can still drop it and go for, if you target, come on, target. No, target the workers, please. Target the workers, please. Okay, there we go. That's one shot. Maybe it's going to be two. Going to pull away in time. This is a nice dead space in the middle, but is going to escape with that. However, at the same time, we do have this archer werewolf army going across the map. Would like to see some caltrops here. Where did all the catapults go? I guess two of them are across the map. And then with soldiers and werewolf in the back as well, coming as reinforcements. This is a pretty good fight for itzJ. itzJ looking to take that base as well. This fight looks like it's gonna be barely won by itzJ, but with the defender's advantage and reinforcements coming, I think Steveinator will survive. We have these ballista airships trying to chase down this airship. No tower here, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to defend. We have a bit of a surround out of itzJ. This is well done. I love it. This catadrop is coming back home as well. And this airship as well. Okay, that's a good fight over there by itzJ. Steveinator trying to do his best with airship micro to defend this. But it looks like it's going to be a bit difficult. Steveinator floating a lot of money too. These two catapults coming in, adding a lot more damage. An airship falls, another airship is going to fall. These two catapults, it looks like they're going to fall as well. itzJ going for his fifth base. And I think this might just barely be the tipping point where itzJ breaks through. This catapult is rallied across, which is not good. Oh, he's going to try to save it? No! And the airship falls as well. Yeah. That was a good fight from itzJ, attacking from both sides, with the werewolves as well. I was criticizing the werewolf decision against mech, but when you're this far ahead, it still works. We have another workshop on the way from Steveinator. Steveinator is still floating quite a significant chunk of money. However, these mech units generally take very good fights if you're being defensive and you don't get like a big surround or anything like that. So that's really good. itzJ sending a squadron of units over here to deny this base, but that base isn't even there. We'll see if Steveinator is able to hold on to this. It looks like he kind of is. Steveinator maybe trying to take this middle base as well. itzJ doing some nice airship micro to save those workers, or sorry, save those archers. Steveinator is probably going to drop his catapults to deal with them. One thing to note is that even if these battles for itzJ don't do a lot of significant actual real damage, it's keeping his Steveinator on his side of the map, preventing him from going for any sort of like catapult drops or anything like that, because he just doesn't have the APM to do so. So even if you're taking slightly inefficient fights, this is still totally good for Steveinator, or for itzJ, excuse me. Steveinator is saying he's playing like shit, but I disagree. I think it's just, it happens sometimes. He had some good moments, but some mistakes. It happens. Taking out this airship, very well done. This tower, which was barely uncompleted, is now going to complete and going to help solidify this side of the fence. We have an catapult drop going across the map, trying to go for this mineral line. Yeah, Steveinator is kind of clawing his way back because of itzJ, you know, just being a little bit too loose with his units. This catapult drop is going to find a lot of damage, but it is going to go down at the same time. So those catapults are committed. That's a lot of workers dead, however. If we look at the units lost, it's going to be actually not that much. You know, still a significant amount. We have a small squadron of units over here trying to do some damage, but there are some watchtowers here, and you can pull some of these units back. I don't think it'll do too much damage. We have another catapult drop going across the map as Steveinator. And we have a fortress out of itzJ. I'm gonna go for some dragons, I'd assume. Did I miss a drop here? I might have. These workers are kind of bruised. Might have been from earlier though. This is a big, significant part of itzJ's army. Yeah, this has potential to do a lot. You really want to be pulling these units back. If they get surrounded, that's huge. This army is going to be cleaned up. However, this army is going to be surrounded in a way. These catapults derping around a little bit. That's not good for Steveinator. So an excellent fight there for itzJ. Getting a handful of units. Yeah. Steveinator is still holding on somehow, but this is a big scary push. We have some whirls and airships gonna drop on top of armies. I love that sort of things. This drop is trying to do some damage, but these powers slowing them down. Werewolves fall, and when the werewolves fall, these catapults have potentially a huge amount of splash damage that you're able to do against these archers. So it's not quite over. This catapult gonna spawn on the wrong side and gonna get taken down immediately. I would like to see some more bases from itzJ because he has the ability to do so. These, are they fighting on the, yeah, firing on the mineral line. Well done. That's a lot of units going down. Are there a lot of workers going down? Yeah. Steveinator still holding on to this position with the power of the catapult. It's not over yet, but we are starting to mine out. The natural is basically mined out. The main is mined out. Steveinator needs to take another base. Somewhere, somehow, some way. Perhaps this one or this one, but it's going to be tough. This is kind of like the situation itzJ is in, where he's able to starve out his opponent by, even though he's not taking the best trades, if you look at it, still the trades are in favor of Steveinator, but he's just mining that much more. We have four, where are the Dragon's Lair? Here they are, 4 Dragon's Lairs on the way for itzJ, and with like essentially no ballista, literally no ballista, it's going to be difficult for Steveinator to defend those dragons. That might be the killing blow. Steveinator, oh, I was about to pause myself. Steveinator asking for a pause. And we're continuing on. Okay. We have these werewolves coming in. Nice smash out of the werewolves, doing a lot of damage to the workers, but good pull away as well at the same time. We have another catapult drop over here. Tons of action all across the map. This squadron of units trying to deny this base, but it's not theirs yet. I wonder which base Steveinator is going to try to take. I feel like probably with the watchtowers here, he's probably going to try to take this base, but yeah, these archers. What is? Oh, I didn't miss that. Excuse me. That is going to be a big portion of itzJ's army completely going down the drain. Looks like Steveinator is going to go for. Lost all of them. No, man. Okay, looks like Steveinator is in a bit of a situation to make a comeback. However, these dragons are gonna be unanswered for the longest time. So this is, if I were itzJ, I'd just cancel this and get out of there. I'll take this base instead, and just play a little bit passively. Wait for the dragons to come out and be like, surprise, dragons, you have no answer for these. That's what I would do. Needs to cancel that to save the money. Not gonna be able to cancel that in time. These dragons come up, and what is Steveinator's response? He needs to shoot up some ballista. Steveinator is mined out of his main and natural. This is turning into a really epic game. Yeah, dragons, once again, just like I said, supreme damage, supreme air superiority in the air. I'm gonna try to deny this and deny all these workers from mining, I believe. Steveinator, of course, aware of that and just trying to get across the map with his ground army before they just get picked apart by all the dragons. This is so juicy. This is so juicy. Please pull this back. Oh no. Okay, yeah, okay. We have the ballista on the way, but only one, whereas itzJ is capable of creating 4 dragons at a time. itzJ trying to go for this base, but Steveinator aware of it and gonna shut that down. You know what? Honestly, you could probably try to take this base. We'll see if he does that. This catapult is going to do some significant damage, taking out some more archers. These dragons still doing, you know, still no answers, still unanswered. We have 1 ballista, but no further ballista. Some catapults, looks like they're trying to get surrounded. Some good splits over there by itzJ. But it's not going to be enough. There's just too many catapults, I feel like. Yeah, this castle is going down, which is unfortunate. Do these have... No, they don't. They don't have the explosive shot. You need some... Yeah, you need these workers to repair. This catapult army is gonna... Yo, when did all of these die? How many workers does this guy have? Okay, 28, so he still has enough. He has a ton here, actually. But yeah, this is... So this is gonna come down to, is Steveinator gonna be able to deal with these dragons? If he is, then he might have a chance. If he is not, then he's kind of dead. So these units, they're being bled out, but like honestly, against the dragons, you kind of have to do something to, like, you're gonna have to try to get as much value before the dragons completely take them down. So I do like this in a way, but you know, maybe you could have been a bit more efficient with that. Good target fire onto the workers by itzJ. Yes, of course, you need to absolutely target fire the workers first, or else if you just attack the ballista is not going to die with 10 workers repairing it. This ballista is about to die. You need to pull more workers, Steveinator, please. One thing is that this has so much armor compared to these dragons with no bonus attack damage. So it's going to take forever for them to die. So this 1 hero ballista is warding off a handful of dragons by itself. This castle looks like it's not going to die. It might, though. With the armor, perhaps. It's going to be kind of close. Yeah, where are the rest of the ballista? We have another one here. We have another one. Okay, now we got like 4 ballista. So, but he's mined out of his 3rd. He only has this mine to mine from, and that is not a lot of income, my friends. Additionally, is able to take down this base, but at the cost of his entire army. And itzJ has taken this middle base, so and losing these ballista is not good. Steveinator trying to do his best, microing each individual Gatling gun to its fullest potential. itzJ coming here for the, what, 10th time or something like that, seeing no base here, he's like, okay, I guess that's it. There's no base there. I think itzJ should know that the opponent is mined out. If you look at his own minerals, you can kind of like judge how much gold the opponent has. So itzJ should know that Steveinator doesn't have a lot of income. That's the word I was looking for. So what itzJ can do is literally just posture around, prevent Steveinator from going for getting another base, and then he should be home free with this. And also itzJ, I want to commend him for, you know, continual worker production, having even lost a handful of workers. Actually, Steveinator lost a lot more. I didn't realize that, but yeah, a really epic game. I love it. We have that explosive shot coming out of Steveinator. It looks like... Okay, this has... Okay, what are these... Come on, please! What are they doing? The ballista! No! They were just there! What were they doing? Oh no! And the archers coming from the flank as well. These ballista are gonna be taken out. GG. Close one. Close one indeed. Yeah, really epic game, really epic series. The dragon switch was huge indeed. Yeah, very well played from both our players. Really epic game. Leading up to some mined out bases and a bit of a mistake. Like honestly, if those ballista were not like derping around and instead they got a huge explosion shot on all of these dragons, then Steveinator really had a chance. Even though his supply wasn't that big, he still definitely had a chance. I feel like. But yeah, extremely well played. Really exciting series. I'm really glad to have been able to cast this. Yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, check out my channel. And yeah, and I'll see you next time.